Hey there, Ramiz here from Feed. Today I'm going to give you an insight into how we generated an extra £6 million in sales for our clients in the last 12 months. Feed is a creative agency focused on data, creativity, and strategy. And we've come up with what we call a 4-phase solution, looking at the branding, the menu engineering, the marketing, and the franchising. I'm going to quote a scene from one of my favorite films, The Matrix. You've got two options. Either you take the blue pill and you go back to doing what you were doing, in which case, don't change a single thing. Or you take the red pill and let's see how deep the rabbit hole goes. So the first question is, what is a brand? A brand, from my experience, is a feeling. Now, how does that work when it comes to food and beverage? Food is crucial, it's massively important, but it's not the end product or service. So what is? It's the reaction. You're selling the reaction. McDonald's, for example, don't sell burgers, they sell happiness. Focus on the emotion, focus on the reaction. Let's look at an iceberg. Now, we only see the tip of the iceberg, which represents the visual identity of your brand. And that's essential. So your logo, your assets, your color palette, etc. But there's all this other stuff underneath which cannot be ignored. So you've got to look at the tone, the expression, the voice, the values, the culture, the mission statement, the plan, the growth strategy. Successful brands transcend the industry that they serve to become cultures. And once they've created a culture, they build a community that subscribes to that culture. And that's what you need to do. Your brand has to be coherent, cohesive, and consistent across all the touch points. When it comes to consumers, if you confuse them, you lose them. Your brand needs to be crystal clear, and your communication has to be super effective. So all of it resonates in the psyche of your consumer on a personal level. Once you've built a successful brand identity, then we move on to the menu engineering. Last year, I was working with numerous burger brands, and all of them were multi-unit operators. Now, they all had the same problem. They had similar visual assets. They had the same menu using the same buns, the same cheese, the same shredded lettuce, the same in-house burger sauce, all gunning for the same consumer. You see the problem. In order for you to stand out in the marketplace, you have to be different. You have to be disruptive. Your menu needs to take into consideration your hero items, seasonal items, customer data, and costings. That's by far the most important thing. Let me share an analogy with you. There's a man who goes to the market and buys and sells watermelons. He buys them for £1 and sells them for 50p. Now he's doing this for a few weeks and he doesn't know where he's going wrong. So he says to his son, "Can you please help me?" Son says, "No problem." So he shadows him for a few weeks and he sees his father doing the same thing, buying the watermelons for £1 and selling them for 50p. After a while, he says to him, "Father, I know what the problem is." He says, "What, son?" Son says, "We need to sell more watermelons." So most businesses in the food and beverage sector, they don't actually have a marketing problem, they have a business problem. If you get your branding right, you're one step closer to being successful. If you get your menu right, you're another step closer to being successful. Now we get onto the marketing. I've got a video explaining what marketing is, but for the sake of this, I'll give you a sentence. Marketing is high-level problem solving. Many people discuss the difference between branding and marketing. And for me, the difference is this. Branding is your story. Marketing is the distribution of that story. The marketing funnel is made up of 5 key stages. Number 1, awareness. Now, not every person you raise awareness to will consider your product. Number 2, consideration. Not every person who considers your product will buy. Number 3, conversion. Now, everyone in the food and beverage sector knows one-off conversion isn't where you make your money. Where do you make your money? Number 4, loyalty. You make money from repeat custom. If that loyal customer comes to you on a weekly basis or even a bi-weekly basis, what will they do? They will bring friends and family, which goes on to number 5, advocacy. Nothing is more powerful than word of mouth marketing. And of course, every stage of the funnel is important. I always say to my clients, the retail is in the detail. However, loyalty and advocacy is where you will scale your business. We pay attention to something we call audience segmentation. And in our experience, there are 5 types of customers. Not all customers are the same, nor are their needs. So you need to have a bespoke strategy to entice each and every type of customer. The way you appeal to a loyal customer isn't how you appeal to someone who's never heard of you. When it comes to marketing, our job is to get the customer's attention. Your job is to keep their attention. Once you've got the marketing infrastructure, you are ready to open more stores. Once you have a proven formula, it's about sharing it with others. In preparation for franchising, you've got to have your legals, your ops manual, your systems, your processes, and if up until this stage you've done everything properly and by the book, then scaling the business will be the easy part. In franchising, there are 3 scenarios. Scenario number 1, the franchisee is dependent. I need you. Help me, support me, guide me, hold my hand, comfort me. That doesn't work. Scenario number 2, the franchisee is independent. I don't need you. You don't help me. Why am I doing this? I can do this on my own. Again, that situation does not work. Scenario number 3, interdependent. I need you, you need me, we need each other. And it's only when you adhere to this philosophy, you will grow your business in a healthy, sustainable, ethical manner. The benefit of working with Feed is that we don't copy and paste formulae. Each and every client gets a bespoke strategy and a tailored approach to scaling their business. So if you're after something similar, get in touch today.